Maria Martinez is a winemaker who had to do a little pounding on the glass ceiling to break into the Spanish wine business. Today, she is one of the most respected female winemakers in Spain. She has made a huge contribution to the world of fine Spanish wines, specifically at Bodegas Montecillo in Spain's Rioja Alta region. It is my pleasure to welcome Maria Martinez back to Studio 4 to tell us more, and I promise you my Spanish will get better.
I'm sure of that, Fanny.
Tell me about your beginnings in the wine business, because I know even your mother said to you, I don't think you should think about making wine.
Well, those times were so different. You are absolutely right. It was not easy for me at all. I was a philosophy student, middle class, middle to high class family. And especially my mother was carrying too much. What about their friends were going to think? Because those days, of course, in the world of wine, this always happened.
Yes.
The most part of the winemakers were men, and many of them drank too much.
I see.
So my poor mom was thinking that, oh my gosh, my older daughter, and is going to be drunk all day.
If she makes all that wine, she'll be like the boys.
Exactly. So I thank God that my mom understood.
Yes.
Not many years ago, but some years ago by now, and that testing.
Yes, and you
drinking.
broke the barrier. And tell me about Rioja, the region, the winery itself. 1874, an old winery, right?
Yes,
when it began?
Montecillo was founded in 1874.
Okay.
So in Rioja, we are making wine since the Roman times, okay?
Yeah.
So, but really, we start becoming, the area as a whole, start becoming more and more famous since the phylloxera reached to Europe and afterwards to Spain and destroyed the vineyards in Bordeaux,
right,
and Burgundy mainly.
Yes.
That was the moment where the people in Bordeaux were getting south, arrived in Rioja. They found very good wines, but we didn't know how to age, how to preserve those wines. So they teach the Rioja people.
The people from Bordeaux.
Exactly.
The French.
Exactly. They teach us using their own French barrels that the wine could be aged and preserved and was able to improve and to continue improving, being long life wines.
Okay. So how did you learn to make wine? Did you go to wine school? Did you just apprentice?
Well,
what?
When I was a philosophy student,
yes,
I just started working in a winery, just trying to make some money to support myself. And I felt in love with that world. I always have been quite a brilliant student. And then I decided to change my career. I went to university in 3 years. I obtained my graduation. And afterwards, I went to Bordeaux because that was the moment when I realized that I was a woman. Very unusual those days in the world of wine. And probably I should have to try to do something for having a possibility. And I succeed.
Sure. Yes, you did. And we have 4 wines today. Tell me about these wines. The labels are beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Really, are you part of the designing of the label, or does somebody else do that?
No, somebody else.
Okay.
The Osborne family marketing department is in charge of that.
Okay.
I am totally a production person.
You do what's inside the bottle.
Exactly. I have the most beautiful part of the film.
Of course.
The good one.
Now, how long would it take you to make a Montecillo Gran Reserva?
Well,
tell me the process.
This is a wine that at this moment is 8 years old. This wine has been a gold medal. I take the Tempranillo grapes, in this case in 2003. We vinified. As for that, I tried to make the most tannic wine possible out of this vintage. After that, this wine was aged into French oak barrel during 30 months, 2.5 years,
Right.
and 4.5 years in bottle aging until it started being drinkable. That was the moment when we started releasing that wine.
So the notes say it's complex and it's elegant and it has some licorice in it, and it must be very good with meats or seafood, perhaps?
It is fantastic with meat, but don't forget fat fishes like salmon, tuna fish, and even codfish.
Okay, so fat fishes.
Yes.
Fat fishes or
Rich
big meat.
fishes.
The
Yes.
good beef.
Exactly.
Now, the next one, the blue label.
The Reserva. Well, this is a fantastic wine coming from an outstanding vintage in Rioja. 2005 was fantastic. The ripeness was great, especially in the Alta.
And are most of these from the Tempranillo grape, or is there a cab sold?
100%.
100%.
All the three Montecillos,
Are all Tempranillo.
all Tempranillo. This, the Gran Reserva is coming from vineyards being minimum 50 years old and more. The Reserva is made out grapes coming from vineyards being minimum 35 years old and more.
Old vines, as they say.
Very old vines. Those are the vines being able to give you the richness, concentration, and the fantastic fruit that you can enjoy in all my wines.
So, and the red one, is it Crianza?
The Crianza, this is the most basic wine in the production of Montecillo.
Okay.
But
So I bet it's less expensive.
Exactly.
Let me guess.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
I don't know that it is, but I'm sure that if you have a black label Gran Reserva, it costs more. Like, what is the price point in Canada? Do you know?
I don't know exactly, but I can give you an orientation. I think the red label is like $11, $11.
So very affordable.
Oh, very affordable.
Yes.
All the three. The Reserva should be like 14 or 15, and the Gran Reserva is something like 23, 25.
Oh, see, I thought maybe we had a $200 bottle of wine.
Forget.
But we don't. Okay,
No.
but that's okay.
No.
But I was thinking, it looks like it costs $200, right? Now, tell me about Solaz. Where is Solaz, and why is it here?
Well, Solaz is here.
Is it Solaz?
Solaz.
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 Okay.
This is a wine made in Tierra de Castilla.
Oh.
This
So different area.
Exactly.
Because the Rioja's in the
northeast of Spain.
Okay, and this is?
This is made 8 kilometers away from Toledo.
Okay, and is there a family called Osborne? Is it a family?
Yes, it's the same ownership. The Osborne family are the owners of Bodegas Montecillo since 1973. And then we started a new project in the center of Spain in the late 90s.
Right.
That is the facility and the huge vineyard where we are making the Solaz. Very well-known wines also all over Canada. Because I have to say, I am so thankful. In Canada, Montecillo is a #1 Rioja since 12 years ago.
Oh, how great.
Between Montecillo and Solaz,
Yes.
Osborne has become supplier number one.
Well, that's why it's
to
important.
Canada for Spanish wine.
Yes, that's why it's important you come to the wine festival. So, and as you know, Spain is the country of choice this year, and they're celebrating Spain in a big way. And I know you work a lot with pairing food with wine, and you forage for mushrooms in the forest. Big fan of mushrooms.
A lot, yes. Yes, that is one of my hobbies.
What about this wine with chocolate? Would it work? Would it work with chocolate, or
that could be working very well with chocolate, especially the Reserva and Grand Reserva.
Okay, but you don't need to decant the red or do anything like that. No. And do you make whites also?
I only make one white in Rioja. It's 100% Viura. Is you know, all my wines are very moderate in alcohol. I am a fan
of not too much alcohol. I know you're not a fan of big alcohol.
Exactly. I want
wines.
Very rich, very deep, intense, fruity wines that moderate in alcohol.
Sure, and this way, if it's moderate alcohol, you can drink it every day.
Absolutely.
You see?
So I do it.
See? That's why you look so great. Nice to see you again. Thank you. Maria Martinez, she's the head winemaker at Bodegas Montecillo. I'm almost there.